Hey guys, it's me, Stasia. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. But if you're coming back for more, what's good? I look like my mother. Oh my god! I have to send this to my siblings. Oh my goodness. I look like my mom! So today's video is going to be for my ladies who have just gotten their own apartment, who are graduating from college, who are in graduation season, who are moving to new cities, new states. What you need to know when you move into your own apartment as a single woman. I'm 28 years old and I've been living on my own for about 3 years now in my own studio apartment in downtown Boston. And I think I have some really good tips for women as far as what you need to know about living alone. So let's jump right in. Talk about is to bring in the vibe and the aura of your space. So the first things I'm gonna say that you need, you know, I'm a spiritualist, I'm into sage, I'm into candles, I'm into crystals, I'm into incense. I definitely believe that when you move into a new apartment, you wanna do your research, make sure nobody died there. You wanna just, you know, do your research on the space. But you know, even if nothing's happened, even if it's a brand new house, brand new condo, brand new apartment, it's always good to sage whatever you believe in, say a blessing. I feel like if you watch me, you probably are spiritual, but I like to just cleanse my space. If you're not super religious or super spiritual, you can just burn some incense, some sage to remove any negative energy, any negative entities. I think it's also great to have plants, floral sprays to freshen up the area, freshen up the scent, you know, just kind of creating that feng shui of bringing your home into a beautiful vibration because you're moving in now and you want it to be settled to your energy and you want to have a great time while you live there. So those are the things you need to like set up the initial energy. I think like the first thing I did my first night when I lived here was like sage and pray, take a nice bath with some oils, you know, really get calm and relaxed and have the apartment adjust to my energy. In addition, because people who lived there prior, if you're not moving into a new space, could have had negative energies or negative experiences. So you just want to be careful for that. In addition, you don't want to forget your artwork. So if you have any artwork, that comes into like buying furniture for your space, but hang up some artwork and kind of like lighten up the mood. Y'all know I love art. Another great recommendation that I have is I always go ahead and buy canvas from the dollar store, from the art store, and I like to paint, drink wine by myself. It's very relaxing. It helps with my anxiety, but this is also a great tip for you to have when you're first living in your apartment, whether you're in a new city, a new town by yourself, so that you can give yourself some fun, like peaceful activities. Painting is a great one. It's really helpful with like relieving stress and tension, and it actually is going to help you with living alone. Because when I first moved into my apartment, I mean, I'm from Boston, but my family lives in the suburbs, and I live downtown by myself. So like it's like an hour drive to my family. So I kind of was like painting, doing things that kept me calm and not so anxious, but also I would hang up the artwork, so it's like I was saving money, but I was also creating things to hang on my wall, but I was also like getting used to my own energy. As you can see, I live near a hospital. I was getting used to my own energy and being comfortable, like, because one thing about living by yourself, you can get really bored and really lonely quickly, so you want to be able to like enjoy your own company, which is like a beautiful space to get to as a woman. Now at the age of 28, like I can't wait to go home. I can't. Okay, so the next thing is technical and like practical. So you want to have your Wi-Fi, your cable, your heat, electricity, what have you set up. My apartment, like when you move in, you want to make sure that your electricity is ready to go. You will have a few days in most places where they will let you have the electricity, but pretty soon they're gonna be like, you gotta put the electricity in your name, put the electricity in your name. So make sure you get that sorted out. If you don't have good enough credit, usually you can put your electricity in someone else's name, like a family member. So that's something to think about, or even your building might put the electricity in their name. So if your credit's messed up and you're not able to get electricity, just consider a family member, maybe a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, and just pay the bill yourself, or you can ask your actual building manager or your landlord to just put the electricity in their name if you're not able to, because you can't be sitting in there with no lights. Like, this is specific hood life for someone, but I just wanted to say that because some people don't know that. As soon as I moved in, I was on the phone with Xfinity, like I need that Wi-Fi. So nobody really watches cable anymore. Everybody has a Roku or an Amazon Fire Stick. So I definitely recommend you getting a Roku or a Fire Stick and just getting internet. You don't need cable unless you specifically want cable. But if you have a smart TV, you can just use the internet, and that's like one less bill for you to have each month. Don't have a TV, pretty much everyone has a laptop. So make sure you have your Netflix, your Hulu, your Amazon accounts, because for a while when I moved in, I didn't care to get a TV because I was like, it's just me, until my sister gave me like a really cute smart TV. But I also have like a big ass flat screen as well that I just haven't hung up yet. But for a long time, I just watched like Netflix, Hulu on my laptop, and I was just chilling in my bed. So you're also gonna need spare light bulbs, candles as well in that regard. This is something that you don't think about. Cleaning supplies, like when you move in, you're gonna want to clean. Like when moving from my mother's house, there was so many things that my mom just had over the years that I was like, damn, I have no light bulbs, like I have no toilet paper, no paper towels. So when you move in, after you move in all like your when I moved in like all my furniture, and then one day I just took an Uber to Walmart and I brought mad shit from my house. So I brought like my cleaning supplies, my towels, my toilet paper, my bathroom stuff. You know, I just went and brought everything. You can get it delivered, but don't forget about the little things like a mop, a broom, because you're gonna want to clean your bathroom, wash your floor, wipe down your cabinets, things like that. You also might want matches, a lighter, and this is another one, a chair or a ladder if you're short. Okay, I am 5'3", and you know, my boyfriend's like 6 something, but before him, like, I would have to climb on a chair to get stuff. Another thing you're gonna want to get is a tool kit. Ladies, you don't think you need a toolkit until you live by yourself. When you're ordering furniture, very simple toolkit that has like a wrench, a hammer, some bolts, some nails, you need a toolkit, okay? Because if you're ordering things like my sewing table right here, I built this table, I ordered it on Amazon. It took me like a whole day, but I was so proud of myself. But I already had a toolkit, so don't forget to get tools, okay? You need tools because things break, and sometimes you want to hang something up and you need a hammer. You need these things, very important. Also, I would say a sewing kit just in case you need to do any repairs on clothing. And then you also want to get like, you know, your planner, your dry erase board, so that you can begin to plan your life. I just have like so many, as you can see. I have one right here. I actually have 2 up here. I have one right there. And so me, I live in a very small space. I live in a studio apartment. So I have a few things for people who are moving into small spaces. So fold up tables, like this one right here. That's great. I basically bring this over to me if I want to eat on this, if I'm cooking, if I want to put stuff on top of this. I can work from this, put my laptop on this. This is a great thing to have. You also might want to have storage shelves. I have a whole like garage storage unit type of things with shelves that you would put like in a garage. I have one of them in my bedroom because I have so much clothes and I needed somewhere to hang that up. Got it for like $115 on Amazon. You also might want to get poles and dividing curtains. So as you can see, I have something hanging up right here because I literally have a rod with dividing curtains. So that's just another thing that you could do. And then storage bins. I have so much clothes, so much things. When you have small spaces, different size storage bins can really help for you to utilize your area. Moving into an area that doesn't have an actual stove, you can get a stove top, you can get an electric stove top, you can get a convection oven, and you can always get a crock pot. I always recommend for women who are on the go, who are busy, to get a crock pot because you literally can throw stuff in there, turn it on low, go to work, and when you come home, dinner will be ready. Next thing I'm going to talk about is safety. So when you're moving into your own apartment as a single woman, it's very important to think about safety. So the number one thing is pepper spray or a taser. I actually made my own pepper spray. I just put a bunch of chemicals and cayenne pepper, and I would never want to get sprayed with that. I put bleach, Ajax, cayenne pepper, hot chili pepper. Like, I made my own, put it in a little spritz bottle, and I take it everywhere with me. In addition, you might want to always, you're gonna have knives on your table set, but you always want some knives just to make sure you're safe, and a weapon of some sort. A bat is, you can't go wrong with a bat. Keep that shit by your door or by your bed. And if you're moving into like your own house, your own condo, or like a property where someone can actually like come into your house, you can go ahead and get a gun license. I know one of my friends, I wrote her recommendation letter to get her gun license. I don't have my gun license. My man is like fixated on me getting my gun license. He's like, you need a gun. I'm like, I live in an apartment building that you have to get buzzed in, but like, he's like, you're a single woman, you live by yourself, you're pretty. Like, he's very concerned. So a gun license, like say you live on like a first floor or you just got your own house, I definitely recommend you just getting some form of protection. You do need to think about your safety when you live by yourself as a woman, especially if you're not like very street smart, like and you're moving to a major city. You want to be like aware of your surroundings. You know, you want to know who's around you, what type of people are around you. You want to like really stay tapped in. The next thing I'm gonna say is you can get a door lock. So this is a door lock that I got on Amazon Prime. And I got this because at the time I was having some issues with a neighbor, but also I kind of have some crazy stalker guys from my past that I was just like, I think I need to put something on my door. Into a relationship, I would literally put this on my door every night. So basically this is by Master Lock. It is a lock. You put it under, let me just film it. So you would take this, put it under the door, adjust it until it gets tight, and then slide this through. And basically, no one could kick down that door up to like 400 pounds. So it would just stay there all night. You'll feel when it's tight and it's locked. And honestly, when I put that on my door, I recommend that for all women, even if you don't live alone. It just honestly makes you feel even more safe. So in addition to that, you want to get a first aid kit. I remember when I moved into my apartment, like I cut my finger and I didn't have any band-aids. So you always need a first aid kit. And just in addition, you might want to give a close friend a spare key, you know, or like you definitely want to make sure you fill out your emergency contact information. My mom's the type of person, if I don't talk to my mom for a few days, she's gonna just pull up on me at my house. So annoying, but she wants to make sure her daughter's safe because I live by myself. Okay, in addition, you also want to know like just about your area. Get to know where you live. Where's the closest hospital, drugstore, fire station, police station, grocery store, laundromat, public transportation. You want to be aware of your surroundings. So as stated, I live in downtown Boston right now, and I'm from Boston, so I knew the area, but thankfully there's literally like everything in my area. Like I'm kind of in that place in Boston where everything is really close and I just know my city. But when I moved to LA when I was 19, when I was in college, I didn't know anything. So I remember like my first few days, I just kind of walked around the neighborhood. It was like, oh, that's where the grocery store is. This is where this street is. This is where that street is. I figured out different ways to get back to my house. I'm very street smart. I'm from the hood. So this is a great recommendation for people who aren't from the city, who maybe never really been outside by themselves, never lived alone, young women, people who are from the suburbs. You want to know multiple ways to get to your house. You want to start to memorize where you live, because God forbid something happens to you, you get lost, your phone dies. You want to know the name of your street. You want to know the name of the main street that your street is off of. You want to know what major artifacts or buildings are in your area. What's the closest subway station if you're living near public transportation in the city. You want to know these things, because if you get stranded or something happens to you, you want to be able to get home, especially if your phone dies. So that's just something just as street smart, to be aware of your surroundings. With that being said, also, you also want to know what type of people are around your home. What times is it not safe for you to go outside after? Like where I live, I know even when I'm coming home from going out, like I'm from the streets, so I'm very street smart and aware. There's times, like my girl lives in a seaport, I will walk, it's probably like a 10, 15, 20 minute walk. I would walk from her house at like 2 o'clock in the morning, which is actually extremely unsafe in downtown Boston. But because I'm just like very street smart, I'm like, I'm good, but I don't recommend doing that. But I will say, like where I live, there are a lot of drug addicts. So after like midnight or when it gets dark, they always say there ain't nothing for you outside when it gets dark. Get your ass in the house. But to be honest, I'm cool with the addicts. I'm cool with them. I'll be sitting and stopping and talk to them. The last thing with safety is not every guy needs to know where you live. Not every guy needs to know where you live. Over the time I've lived in my apartment, the only guys who came here were guys I knew for a very long time, like my ex-boyfriends, and then my current boyfriend, or people I was dating. But not every guy needs to know where you live. It's really unsafe, okay? People can come to your crib and be plotting on robbing you, or just, you know, be like, oh, now I know where she lives. So maybe everything's cool this first time, but the next time I could take advantage of her. Or even what it really is like with me, you don't want everybody to know where you live, because yo, people be stalkers. Like, you couldn't straight up try to stop talking to somebody and they just pop up on you, maybe even when you're with somebody else. Like, I had this one guy, he was like, I'll come to your house whenever I want, like, you not gonna stop talking to me, I know where you live. And that scared the shit out of me. That's when I got that thing, and I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not. God, I live in an apartment building where you gotta get buzzed in, but there's been times when my man's come to my house and like, he didn't even ring the buzzer, and I'm like, how you get upstairs? He's like, oh, somebody held the door for me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you gotta be careful. Like this guy, when I told him I didn't want to mess with him like that no more, he was like, I don't care, like, I know where you live, Anna, like, I'll come to your house whenever I want to. And that's why, like, a lot of guys don't need to know where you live unless that's your man or somebody you really know. Just be careful. Like, that's your house. If you're dating somebody, go to his crib, make him get you a hotel until you guys really know each other, because people are crazy and they'll still be pulling up on you, popping up on you. You never know. And I just feel like, as a lady, that's something you really have to think about, like, that not everybody needs to know where you stay at, even girls, because I got nice shit, I got designer shit. Not every bitch you chill with needs to come in your house. That's just an energy move. How about the kitchen? So in the kitchen, you need 4 of every cup and plate. And I say this because, say you want to entertain with your friends, you want to have enough plates for you and your friends, 1 for you and then 1 for someone else, and then maybe 2 other people. When you're just starting out, I would say 2 is okay. So a plate for you, a plate for somebody else, a cup for you, and a cup for somebody else. You also want to have your silverware. You don't want to be in your house ready to eat and you ain't got no forks, you ain't got no knives. And seasonings. This is the one thing that got me when I moved into my house. I was like, yo, because you know, old school black families, CV families, my mother has seasonings probably as old as me. That seasoning cabinet is stocked. And when I moved by myself, I was like, yo, I ain't got no seasonings. Like, that's one thing I'm like, damn, I gotta go buy all my seasonings. So make sure you have your seasonings. And then I would say 1 large pot, but a 3-size pot set is the best. But if you have 1 large pot, you can make anything in there. In addition to the kitchen, you need them reusable grocery bags. You know the ones that's like $1 at the grocery store? Listen, thankfully I live like right across the street from a grocery store, and I've realized I can't do like major grocery shopping. I mean, now like my man will like carry the bags, or like he has a car, but before, like, my mom was like, you gotta get one of them carts as a single lady. Like, if you don't drive or you live in a city like New York or Boston or something like that, even if you do get an Uber, like, it's not practical to be carrying all them bags. You know how many times I have crossed the street and dropped a paper bag or a plastic bag full of groceries, sauce, broken jars, everything in the middle of the street, crying and shit. So get you one of those durable, reusable plastic bags, because those are stronger. Okay, my last thing is you might want to get you a little feminine sway. Bunny, you know, if you live by yourself, just because you're gonna be lonely and you don't want to be up here hitting up your exes, just inviting any random dude over to your house. Like, you stop talking to your ex, he don't need to know where you live, okay? Just because you lonely, get you a rabbit, get you a rose, get you something. This is grown woman chat, so that when you come home and after you go out and party or go out with your girls and you a little tipsy, don't you call that man. Guys, you don't understand the issue I made. Do not call that man. Go ahead and, you know, you tipsy, get your tools and enjoy your space and your company. Sending love and light and blessings to you guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let me know, like, what do you think that women need when they move into their own apartment? Like, what do women need to know when they live alone? All right? See you soon.